Hey guys, and welcome back to my bullet journal. I decided these are going to be monthly videos, so we're going to do a March plan with me today, and then I have a couple supplies that I wanted to show you that I picked up here and there, so a little supplies haul in this video. As I always do in these videos, I'll do a flip through of the last month so you can see how I've been utilizing the tools, and then we'll do a March spread and like March stuff. And I actually decided to change up my spreads a little bit and add some things, so hopefully this video is going to be more exciting than the last one, because the last one, it was how I've been planning all the time, so I figure we'll switch up a little bit. So for supplies, things I've picked up in the last couple days for this video just to try out. First thing are these highlighter pens from Daiso, which is basically like a Dollar Tree, a Japanese Dollar Tree, which it's amazing, by the way. If you have one, please go. They have a huge craft section and like different pens and highlighters and Sharpie, like everything. So I picked up one of these. I think it was $1.50, and they're actually double-sided, which is really cool. And I do use highlighters, but I only have two colors, if you guys remember, that I've been using, purple and green. So I figured we can incorporate some more colors. And then from Dollar Tree, they actually have some really good supplies. Picked up some pencils because if you saw my last video, it's sad what I've been using for a pencil. And then lastly, I got these markers, which I really fell in love with this like periwinkle kind of purple shade, honestly, and obviously the poop brown color. That's very me. But I've been seeing some spreads where they like kind of write in cursive and then they'll write in marker like behind it in like a bigger font or something. So I might do something like that, because as I've mentioned in like my last videos, I don't really like incorporating color. I like it to be very minimal looking and like black and white. So we'll see if I actually utilize these guys at all. So the first thing I want to point out about my bullet journal, I just want to say I'm on page, like, I don't even know, I stopped numbering the pages. That's another thing, which I'll probably do today. I'm already halfway through this book, so I don't recommend this book for yearly things because I've only fit in January and February, and then I'm gonna do March today, which will be a couple pages. So I think it'll hold about 6 months worth of stuff depending on what other extra pages I'm gonna add to it. Okay, so I added some things to the brain dump. Honestly, I've been using the brain dump for more of like future bullet journal planning videos and like what I want to add to my bullet journal for the next month. So I kind of broke it down a little bit here. I added a book section that I want to read, and then some like video ideas here and there. Okay, so this is embarrassing. Honestly, the tracker is very embarrassing. I don't know why I subject myself to showing you this every month, because my habits are horrible, as you guys can see. What I'm kind of doing though is in my last one, I put how many days I actually missed and didn't do one thing, which was 17. I'm gonna give myself a little credit that it's not 17 on this one, but it is February with only 28 days, so it just shows me I'm definitely not going to be able to graduate from Mark 1 every day anytime soon. I'm going to be changing this up. By the way, can we just laugh at the A that was in my last video? That's embarrassing, right? I promised this video I'm not going to spell anything wrong. I always spell something wrong. Last time I didn't know how to spell paychecks. Last month I didn't know how to spell February. March I think I can get. Anyway, because I don't really utilize this, I'm going to change this up a little bit. I'm actually going to do 2 trackers, which we'll get into. And as far as the spreads, I'm actually also going to be changing the layout of these because I wanted to add like a weekly goal list, or like just a weekly list of things that I need to do that week, but not necessarily a specific day. Because what I'll end up doing is like put something that I want to do, and then I end up moving it, and I move something like every week. And so I figure if I don't know a specific day that I can actually do that thing, I'll just add it to the weekly goal list. You know what I'm saying? One of the reasons why I'm going to change this up a little bit is because there's so much wasted space that I'm using, and I feel like I can condense it down. Because like, look at all that space I didn't even use. I don't need this. I don't do enough with my life to give myself this much room to do stuff. So we're going to change it into little boxes, but we'll get into that. First, we're going to do the 2 trackers. So I'm going to do the regular habit tracker that I've been keeping up with on my other 2 months. And then I wanted to do, well, rather that was my normal tracker. I'm gonna do a habit tracker of when I do a face mask, wash my hair, wear makeup, and then film and upload, and YouTube tracker will be in another thing, which I'll show you. But I wanted to add 10-minute tidy and wake before 9 on my other tracker. So let's just go ahead and do that tracker first. how much of a chore it is to make a tracker. Like, I don't know why I chose to do another one because I kind of hate myself at this point. Anyway, I took off meditate because I didn't do it once last month, and so it's not necessarily a rule that I'm going to just delete anything that I don't do at least once. There we go. On the right month now. January I did meditate, but see, I didn't do it once. I also didn't read once in February. Wow, I'm like real on top of things. But hey, you guys know winters are very difficult for me, so hopefully with March and so on, I'll get a little bit better, a little bit more effort will be put in during the day. So now I'm gonna do my habit tracker, kind of just beauty related things as of right now. I didn't necessarily plan it that way, but I guess that's what it turned into, so let's do that. I went ahead and added film and upload, even though I'm going to do a separate thing on this page for that item, those items I guess. And because I didn't want to hate myself even more, I didn't add the numbers again. I just kind of separated the boxes but kept it aligned with the days obviously, so I don't have to write the days of the month all over again. And then right here I'm going to add like a little tracker cursive-y thing font that I did last time, and we're going to bust open these pencils to do that. It's not perfect, but my bullet journal is not really perfect, so yeah, these pencils really nice. I like the eraser. Still loving these pens, although I do find unless they're sitting for a little while, they can dry out. I used, for reference, I used the 0.05 for the tracker because it was a lot going on one page, like a lot of lines, so I wanted to use the smallest possible pen for that. And also because the tips are so like, well, maybe not this one because it's so fat, but they're kind of delicate, so if you push too hard they can bend like to the side, so that's just an update on those pens. Okay, so I kind of want to add like a color thing to this, so maybe this is when we bust out the markers. I don't know, I'm probably gonna regret this because I like it to be very clean and simple, but we're gonna try it. I'm gonna choose between one of these two colors, but first I'm gonna use a piece of paper and just see how they write, how pigmented they are, if they bleed, and just test them out before I put it in my bullet journal. This is just a random piece of mail I found on the ground, so yeah. Let's see. Okay, this is cool. I don't know what I'm spelling, but yeah. Tacker, nice. At least I'm getting my misspellings out now. What should I write here? March. Let's do like a... They're not as thick as I thought they would be. That's cute. I like that color a lot. Yeah, that's a really pretty color. I like them together too. Is that weird? I don't really know what I'm gonna do with this. Let's just add it to like the side of it. I don't know. Already failing. Well, that looks horrible. That's nice. Okay, whatever. I'm not gonna mess with it anymore, but I am gonna do something here, like for the March little thing that I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna use that color, I think, just to continue it a little bit. But first, I'm just gonna write it out first with pencil because I misspell things a lot. So I finished all of that. I have eraser everywhere. So fun fact, March is actually my birthday month. It is on the 19th. This is actually going to be how I track what I film and when I upload and what those videos are. I saw this from Katrin's newest video. It's kind of similar. She has like a filming list basically, and like the videos that she uploads in that month, which if you look back on these things, like I have a couple things I always put when movies come out. I have a couple items that I put, but I never access this. I'm never like, oh, what's going on that Monday the 13th, like, you know what I mean? So I put a few items, but I never use it. So I want to do something where I will actually use, and so I want to write every time I upload a video and what the videos are, and then I can look back on that and see that. So the marker did bleed a little bit. It's like ghosting through. Not a fan of that. Probably should have used the mustard one, to be honest. I don't know if I'm feeling the purple. But yeah, we'll just move on. Can't go back now. So for my new weekly spreads, what I wanted to do is create boxes to put the days, because on the spreads I only put like 1 or 2 things a day, if that, sometimes nothing. So I still want to do daily tracking, you know, as far as like what is coming up, because I like to just have that planned out in advance so I can, you know, write things down later. But I want to make it a smaller space on the bullet journal so I can like have a list of things on the side. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do this or how it's going to turn out. I'm not very like artistic. I don't have any inspiration photos to go off of, so this is going to be really scary for me, guys. I knew I had to mess up somewhere. It was coming. One of these pages, it was gonna happen. So I just kind of pretended that wasn't there. Let me go ahead and erase these pencil marks. So basically I have all this extra space. I'm probably gonna do the goals on this little corner here, and then I don't know what I'm gonna put here. Maybe more like brain dump stuff, you know, video ideas, just like brainstorming stuff for that week. Maybe that week's video. This would be a really good video ideas section, because obviously I film like 2 videos a week. Let me go ahead and add in the days. I'm not really sure if I should do like on the side maybe. So I have the goal, I don't know what my goals are of the week, but I really like this so much more because I don't feel like I have to fill up the space and like write out a million things, because that's kind of what the tracker's for. If I want to like record what I did that day, you know, if I wanted to put exercise, it's for this, you know, I'm supposed to fill it out here. So I would normally highlight, film, and upload bujo video, but I'm not going to highlight it yet because we're going to try out these highlighters before we go, but that is it for the spread. If you don't care about highlighters, you don't have to watch this part, obviously. So I'm mostly just curious how the double ends are going to work, so let's start out with this side. Oh, nice, very fluorescent. I'm into that. This is honestly like a little marker. This is really cute. Oh my god. I've never seen such a fluorescent highlighter in my life. Oh my gosh, I don't know if it's reading that much on camera, but wow, that's neon. Honestly, if you have a Daiso, these are amazing highlighters and super, super fluorescent. So funny story though, I actually didn't know these were double-ended until I started filming. So yeah, I always feel like before I film, I'm like, what am I gonna film? Like, I don't have enough content. All I'm doing is 2 pages. Like, how is that gonna be a full video? And yet somehow I always manage to do it. I don't know why they are so long. So I'm not that happy with the color and the fonts and things like that, and that line, but I am happy overall with the new things that I've kind of added to my bullet journal, and like these things. And obviously I'll do an April plan with me, and hey, I didn't spell anything wrong unless you tell me if I did. I don't think I did. I'll update you guys in my April plan with me video of how I liked this tracker and how I'm utilizing this much space and how the boxes are going. So I hope this gives you some idea on how to save some space if you are like me and have like a smaller bullet journal. And yeah, I just recommend using a really fine pen to be able to write kind of small in these squares. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.